Here we go. Hey guys, and welcome back to the channel. Today I've got the Velotric Packer 1, and I want to start the review off by talking about all of the accessories. You got pads, you have a bike seat, and a super large basket. Before I add the accessories, I'm going to turn this around and show you a cool thing that they've added, and that's this bag. This is completely waterproof, and it has a lock that you can lock the two zipper heads to. Now for me, with all my filming gear, I like this because I can just throw my cameras in there. Now you're probably thinking, why don't I just take the whole bag? If I was a criminal, that's what I would do. But you couldn't do that because there are two metal, I don't know, kind of rivets or holes underneath here that are attached to the frame. I'm gonna turn this around and start adding the accessories. I'm gonna start with the two boring ones first. These are the two seat cushions. They're matching. They got Velotric on the back end. There's 4 bolts. You just fit them in the 4 slots. There's the first one and the second with a 176-pound capacity just for the rack. The whole bike is 400 pounds, but just for the rack is 176. So this is not only meant for kids. So moving on, I'm going to take this one off. I'm gonna take off the other seat and then add this monstrous basket. This thing is huge. It's got this fabric on it. You can take this off if you wanted to, just Velcros. So you can remove it and wash it. And then there's also a zipper. And now this is the fun one. There's 2 claws underneath that when you turn this dial, they separate so you can take the carriage off. Or when you tighten it, they come together and grab the frame. And once you got that tight, then you just take the key out, and then for good measure, you have this strap to the saddle. It moves a little bit, but that's pretty secure. Now, if you want to join your husband or your wife on their ride, in the back here, there's room for the seat, and now the whole family's cruising down the road together. Another nice thing about the design is they have the dual kickstand, and that just gives you more stability. When it's up, all you have to do is just roll the bike forward. And then to put it down, just put your foot down and just roll the bike back. I forgot to mention that it does have a wheel protector here, so your kids' legs or other loose things hanging off of them won't get sucked into the wheel. I guess I better talk more about the bike, the performance, how it rides, things like that. So let's dive into that part of it. Starting off the power, there's a 750 watt motor that peaks at 1200 watts and delivers a top speed of 20 miles per hour. Now that's if you don't unlock the bike. I did unlock the bike before I did the speed test, and here's what I got on pedal assist and with straight throttle.
Pedal assist is 24 miles an hour, and straight throttle is also 24.
Now in order to unlock it, it's very simple. You just turn the bike off first, and then you hold down the power button and the plus at the same time for 20 seconds. After that, the speed limit screen will pop up, and then you can just use the plus and minus to increase or lower the speed. Now these guys have done a very nice job with the acceleration. You're looking at something like this and you're thinking it's not gonna have a super poppy start.
Your kiddies are gonna need to hold on tight because this thing has got some serious power off the line. Let's see if I can hit 24 miles per hour in one block. Here we go. 19, 20, 1, 2. Come on, 3 and 4. 24 miles per hour in less than a block.
The power also translates to hill climbing ability. I mean, it's a big, heavy bike at 75 pounds, but it was still able to take me up a 26% grade, and I weigh 190 pounds. One of my biggest concerns with something this large and heavy is stopping power.
All right, let's test out the brakes.
Ooh,
That's a quick stop. At about a 30-foot tire skid.
The last test I did was a range test. My average speed was about 22 miles per hour, and my app recorded 22.5 miles with 1,436 feet of elevation gain. Velotric has rated the Packer up to 52 miles, so if you do go slower, you're a little bit lighter of a rider than I am, that's what you can expect. There's a few more things about performance that I want to talk about, and the first one is balance. When I did a no hands test, the front wheel did start to shake and vibrate a little bit.
All right, balance is a little bit scary when, whew, you take your hands off the handlebars. Balance is just fine when I got my hands on the handlebars, and then with one hand it's fine, but for whatever reason, when you take both your hands off, which you're really not gonna do with something this big, but if you did, it does start to wobble a little bit.
So bottom line is, keep your hands on the handlebars and the balance is just fine. Now as far as handling, no complaints there. I like how this handles, especially at higher speeds.
Just zigzagging down this road, just feels solid and in control. Oh, turned a little bit too sharp. skid the pedal.
I also like the build quality. Nothing was vibrating or shaking or making noise, and that's when I was going 30 plus miles an hour.
30 miles an hour and just sounds beautiful.
Moving on to the wheels, they are CST road tire, road grade wheels. It's a softer rubber, and so sidewalk lines and smaller vibrations just gone.
Tires do a pretty good job of taking care of those smaller bumps and vibrations.
Well, moving on to suspension, you got a front fork. You can lock that out and adjust. To test that out, I did come off a curb about 20 miles an hour, and I would not recommend doing that. Very cushy up front, but very loud and chaotic in the rear.
Let me try that again, going a little slower and see how it sounds. Oh yeah, front end cushy, back end cocoon.
Then moving up to the handlebars, there is an adjustable stem, which does give you a nice comfortable posture.
Well, you got an upright posture. You know, those adjustable handlebars, I could even bring them closer to me to sit even more upright. But at this point here where they're pushed forward a little bit, my back's pretty much straight up and down, and very spacious cockpit too. Reaching out, grips fall right at arm's length. Overall, very comfortable to ride.
And then everything along the handlebars are nice. You have nice feeling grips. I like this type of thumb throttle. Control pad is a nice feeling rubber. I like the LCD screen, the 8-speed shifter. I like how it's oriented. And then you got nice feeling brake levers. That wraps up the Packer One from Velotric, a bike with many, 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 many accessories. If you have any questions about the bike, hit me up in the comments. As always, thanks for watching and take care.